the basement.
Oh, right.
Yep. Stairwell.
There we go. Welcome, everybody. Look at us. We're back.
Welcome on.
Sorry for missing last Monday, but we were all tired and a lot of stuff going on. 2020 sucks. That hasn't changed. So screw off
Still
2020. Yeah. I'm terrified as what 2021 will bring because it just hasn't been a good couple years. So I think where we want to go with that is one major statement is hang in there, Betty White. You can make it.
That's right, Betty.
Hey, Betty.
Betty, she's a badass.
And
Kanye will lead us to a brighter future.
And Sean Connery too. Like we haven't heard from him in a while. Let's make sure he's doing well. A lot of crazy stuff going on lately. I mean, just personally, just people in my personal life, and then a lot of the people around the world in general, celebrities and things. So, yeah. So welcome back to those that joining us for the first time. We're glad to have you. This is our group. We're gonna get started into the island of Dragonvolt. Here is where we left off. The group in a very tense situation with the two warring Knoll clans found and convinced them that they were betrayed by the bandit that was with them. I have it up right now. Ulrich. There we go. That guy, Scar, remembers because it was his bounty, mortal enemy kind of situation. After defeating him and almost losing some of their own, the party packed up and located their horses and headed back to Portstown, where they found a town that's in a bit more order than it had been when they were there last. They've been gone a week or so. Visiting the mayor, King. His name is King. And visiting his home, they started investigating after they had found a note on Ulrich's body, some things around the house. And while our sneaky rogue, disguising his actions, actually accidentally revealed a secret button behind a painting, which eventually opened up a stairway down into a darker area. And that's where we find our party as they begin descending down into the darkness.
AFK for 1 second. Hey, Dad. No, sir.
All right. How would you like to proceed?
Can I tell if this has been opened anytime recently, or is it like dusty, caked in dust stuff?
What's your passive perception?
13.
Why don't you roll a perception for me?
Oh man, that was almost a natural 20. That is a... Oh, I get advantage.
You do.
18.
Okay. While it doesn't look like anyone's been down there in a little bit of time, someone has definitely been down here within the last month or two, I would say.
Okay. And we've been gone about 3 weeks, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
I would say with the knowledge of what you've experienced here, King has definitely not been down here. It hasn't been that recent.
Okay. We need to see what's down here. We need to know the extent of what damage Jerash caused for this town.
This is very peculiar. By your lead.
And I will stealth down.
All right.
Watch for friends trap. Watch for friends trap. You don't know what might lay down there.
That is a 17 on my stealth.
All right. Anyone else going down?
I will follow closely behind, keeping an eye out for anything that might be booby trapped.
All right. Go ahead and roll a perception for me.
14.
All right. You're keeping your eye out for various things, looking around. It's rather dark down there. And Blaylock, what are you doing?
I'm going to follow behind the two of them.
Okay. If I remember correctly, you had put your glasses on to go down there.
But of course.
So,
In my 5-foot radius around my goggles.
And Nemoria kind of holds up the backside there, and so you descend the stairways. It goes down slightly in a spiral. You go deeper underground, but not as far as what you would think. So, couple hundred stair you go down, and then the stairway lands at a little landing at the bottom, and there's a small, not carved out of stone, but it's actually been built this way, stone block walls, kind of curved up in a rounded hallway. As you enter the bottom, get to the bottom of the stairs, the torches that you can see, those that have dark vision and night vision, the torches along the wall, they all in kind of a pale bluish light. It doesn't seem to be consuming the torches, and it lights this small hallway that leads down into it looks like it opens up into another room down at the end, which the light also illuminates there, and you can see some objects down in there, but not well enough to make out what you're looking at.
All right. I will slowly move forward.
Okay. Perfect timing.
Am I following up the rear?
You are.
All right.
All right. So you slowly move down the hallway. You can see for no one, there's no footprints in the dust or anything on the ground. It's actually a little cleaner here than normal. You don't know if it's some kind of enchantment or what it is, but there's not a whole lot of debris or sand or dirt falling in here. It's fairly clean place as you move down the hallway. How far do you want to go down the hallway?
I'm going all the way.
All right. So you go down into the end of the hallway, and you look into this small room. It's maybe 15 foot deep by 20, 30 foot wide. Not a large room for comparatively. Around the room, you see various tables and scrolls and things scattered all about. But your eyes drift to something that's quite a bit more eye-catching to you, and it is a massive painting on the back wall. And it's been framed and done, and the artwork looks very similar to the paintings you removed from the home. And what you see in the painting is the island of Drakenwald. And you recognize it immediately because this is a map you have, but it's on a much larger scale. And painted along the bottom of the map, where the Permian Ocean is on yours, you see a beautifully laid out image of a sword. And from that sword, there's lines drawn to various sections of the map. Looking at it closely, one leads to almost pinned to the mountains above Breckenfjord. One is the desert of Skarvjord, and one is on Castle Verminia, and one to where the dead spokes are. That's what you see.
Okay, so desert, Breckenforge, Castle, Vermania, Dead Spokes. Where was the other one?
Skarvjord,
Scar.
desert of Skarvjord.
That's the desert we were already in. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I had that one. There's 4.
Skarvjord, Dead Spokes, Breckenfjord, and whatever the other one was.
Not Breckenfjord, but the mountains above Breckenfjord.
Is there any documentation laying around?
There's papers everywhere.
All right.
I say we take it off the wall. Is it a picture?
It's massive. It's easily 20 foot wide, probably 5 to 10 foot tall. It's a massive painting.
Blaylock, you probably have more understanding what some of this stuff is than I would, but
I'm gonna start gathering it all up. As much of the paperwork that I can.
Okay. You start thumbing through the papers and kind of gathering up as much, and a lot of them seem to be maybe theories or something. It's scribbled out and different things, but you gather them up.
Yep. So can I put I'd like to just to kind of investigate to see what I can surmise from the paperwork and what we've learned thus far.
Okay. You look through the paper. Do just an investigation.
$22.
Wonderful. So looking through the papers, you see there's a lot of drawings, and they looks like they're referencing forging of a blade with notes written in the margin. You don't recognize the language that they're written in, but it does look like you've seen Elvish before. It looks like a form of Elvish, but not common Elvish. It feels much older than that. But you can see by thumbing through the papers that they talk about maybe tempering the blade or reforging the blade, but you don't understand any of the text, so you're just assuming that's what they're talking about. You see images of like elves hammering at an anvil and things like that. One of the papers kind of stands out to you, and it is written in common, actually. And it says, well, let me send it to you.
While you're doing that, Scar, look at this. And I'm going to start putting like the papers in order of the different drawings and, with the shards and laying them out. We are not the only one who's looking for these shards. Look at all of the research that he's done. Whoever he's working with is well ahead of the game in regards to research.
Well, we knew he was speaking about Breckenforge having an item that belonged to him. And I pull out the map that I had written down where the 3 spots we knew were, or we knew rumors of the sword. So if that is what this is, we may now know where the rest of the pieces are of the sword.
Here, look at this. When the times of men darken and the hope have all been lost, a weapon of great power must be made, which comes at enormous cost. The edge was crafted by elves of old, skills unmatched by dwarvish men, tempered by the three. The elves' skills did lend. The edge came to save and lay to rest the evils of this world that plagued us so. Smite the evil and lay them down, and hide the edge for no one to know.
Well, it does sound like the sword. It is called the Edge of Darkness.
Yes. The elves. What do we know of elves in these lands?
We have not come across any.
Not true.
Did we?
Scar has not.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't remember.
I seem to remember interacting with an elf in particular back in the unnamed city that I don't remember.
What was the name of the elf? This is
Cape's Vessel.
This is good news. I think we're on the right track.
Was the magistrate an elf?
No. He was a dragonborn.
Stephen Nadani was an elf. Clearly, he must know. He's a half-elf. Him and those cupcakes.
Since you weren't taking the greatest notes back then because you were all new, it was Philvin Everketch.
Remember that name?
He was the blacksmith of the Broken Hammer in Cape's
Philvin.
Philvin Everketch.
Philvin
Hammerketch.
Ever. Ever. Catch.
Sorry.
No problem.
And he was the blacksmith of Cape Vassal?
Yep.
Scar, I remember an elf back in Cape's Vassal. A blacksmith of some repute. He may know more of this forging of these shards.
Perhaps we should go see him.
The issue is Cape's Vassal is quite a journey from here by land.
A little walking won't hurt
Quicker
you.
by ship.
It'd be faster by ship, but we also have 2 locations near us that are supposedly locations of pieces of the sword. The Dead Spokes and Breckenforge.
So,
Well, when you say the mountains above Breckenforge, are you talking about the Ice Flame Peaks?
Yep.
Okay. Both are closer.
they are.
And having more pieces in our possession
It
Might
would
not
not
do.
be.
Who are we going to go see if we go to those other 2 places?
Well,
I don't know anybody in Dead Spokes, but we do have a friendly face in Breckenforge.
Well, I think we have a name of this elf. That's the true name that we should be maybe going to see. He would know more information, would he not?
He would know of the forging of the weapon, but without the shards, he would merely tell us, "Yes, I know of the forging. Now go find the
He
shards."
he may be able to put the sword back together.
And this we don't know. It could be a fool's errand going down there, and just because you see an elf with a hammer doesn't mean he's an elf who can forge the edge of darkness.
That is true. But he
Long
may
journey
know
for my little legs.
But we do know Uncle Stone Splitter and Breckenforge. And the dead spokes are on the way there.
Well, which way do you want to go? Because if you ask me, I still want to go see the elf.
We will go back there. We have given the magistrate at that location a shard. So we will need to go back there. Eventually.
How far is Breckenridge from here?
Do you not have the map?
I
Yes.
seem to have misplaced it
Here,
momentarily.
let me show you the map, and then I'll hold it up for her.
Okay.
See, it's right here.
Yeah,
So-
where Portstown is, it is the complete opposite of the island.
See this strange looking snout? That's Portstown. Now, if we journey east, we get to the Dead Spokes. If we really wanted to, we could visit Shortclaw on the way, but and I'm not looking forward to that.
Just because you got ate by a giant toad
Um,
doesn't mean it will happen again.
who that's yet to be determined. And then after the Swamp of Lost Hope with Shortclaw, you have the Dead Spokes. And then journey further east, you have Breckenfjord and the Ice Flame Peaks. You see that here? No,
Yes.
point on the map. Now,
Things are
take a
working
look.
slow.
Take a look down at where the throat would be of this mysterious wolf island, and that is Cape's Vassal. So quite a distance to the southeast of Breckenfjord. There's no easy route from Breckenfjord to Cape Vassal unless we took a boat, but then we'd have to make our way back up. And the cross-eyed donkey that created the pathways throughout this island, it would not be an easy journey.
Well, then Dead Spokes it is.
I think even the traveled roads that we see are not the safest.
No.
We know there's harpies out there.
And strange-looking lizard creatures that Zoramir held on to the remains for several months.
We sure know how to attract them, too.
Mm. True.
So we at least know where 5 pieces are located.
Let's make sure our map matches up with this big map here. Like doing
I take out the map that I already marked for you guys.
investigate the two maps, play I Spy the Difference and see if they line up.
Goodness. play I Spy like highlights.
And-
What's the difference?
Where's Waldo?
As you look between the maps, they look they're similar outside of the markings from the big map. The big map does seem older, so the one noticeable difference is Cider's Point isn't on the map.
Okay. Has
Oh.
anybody heard of the Dead Spokes? I have not heard anybody mention them before.
Well,
They
I've-
could be
I've
nice
Heard of
people.
them.
Very curious
Yes.
name.
Heard of them just now.
We should ask around and see what people know. Probably a trader of some sort. He would probably know best. Clearly, there are some traders who go by land between the various towns. Do we know anything about Castle Verminia?
Only what the magistrate told you, that it was the seat of power on the island. That's
Seat
where
of
the
power,
main
okay.
ruler of the island is.
Okay. So there must be traders going back and forth to Castle Verminia.
Is King down here with us?
No.
No.
He's taking a sabbatical.
No,
You said Cider
Warning.
Point was not on the big map.
it's not on the big map. No.
That tells me it was the newest. That's been the newest addition to this island. Okay.
No, if you remember, King had a morning constitutional he was late for.
Oh, right.
Take a poo.
Is there anything else down here that we need to know before we depart? Let's look around.
And look for any like secret compartments or anything around here. Now that I've moved some of the paperwork around and gotten a good feel for what's down there.
Go ahead, roll an investigation.
Mm,
I'm also looking for anything that has to do with the lycanthropy.
While they're doing,
Okay. What's everybody?
22 again.
Go ahead.
while they're doing that, I'm gonna look for anything valuable I could possibly snatch.
Okay. And Nemoria, you're the last one.
I still want to look at this picture. I want to see if I can kind of like edge off the corner off the wall to see if it actually moves away from the wall.
Okay. So Zoramir, give me an investigation. Scar, same. As everybody's looking for different things.
Natural 20.
Really?
I find it all.
I
So-
find all the things.
So Blaylock, you look around the room. You're just looking for any kind of secret compartment.
Hmm.
The rest of you, you see Blaylock walking around, and every now and then he stops and he like tries to press a small stone on the wall. You know, because everything that's happened over the last month or two, that's what it's been. And you search every crack and crevice, and there's not even really like cobwebs down here. But there's nothing that you find that's out of the ordinary. Zoramir, you look around and you're completely bored. While you're looking at everything, like even some of the scroll work on the table to see if you can like peel the gold liner off, there's no gold liner to it. There's nothing here that's of any value. It really looks like it was a secret study for someone.
I'm gonna come back to the group, kind of kicking some stones on the ground. Who builds a secret chamber and doesn't hide stuff down here? Doesn't hide valuables. What the heck is this?
His valuables were up in the tower. This was what was important to him.
Mm.
I got a 22 on my investigation.
Okay. You said you're looking for things about lycanthropy?
Yep.
You look through some of the paperwork that Blaylock had picked up, and you start shuffling through the other paperwork that's there. And surprisingly, going on your own hunches, there's not a whole lot. It seems like everything here is focused on this
Sword.
weapon. Yeah.
Not what I was looking for.
I'm gonna hold up the sheaf of papers for Zoramir. I'll be like, this is what we were looking for. These are valuables, information, not shiny rocks.
Can't sell that in the back alley.
Mm. This does not help the Knolls.
Well, if we can't find anything, then we need to leave and be on our way.
Mm.
Always in such a hurry.
Well, what do you want us to do? Stand here and stare at the picture until it changes?
Mm.
If it was me, I would like to try to take it off the wall. Just because everything else we've taken off the wall has something behind it.
Oh, I didn't do Namora. Namora, you do kind of pull on the picture a little bit, and it is a hanging picture, so it's heavy. It's extremely heavy, and it moves a little bit, but I mean nothing happens when you move it.
Well, if we're all satisfied with what we were looking for, what do you presume that we do next?
Well,
Or what are we going to go see?
I'm surprised you're not more intrigued with the fact that we found locations of the sword you're looking for.
Oh, I am. And I would like to go talk to the elf.
Like
I have
that.
made that clear.
Mm. We will talk to the elf, but let's come with as much information and possibly shards as we can before we speak to him. Plus, the magistrate is there as well, so it would be twofold to bring them there.
Well, maybe we should ask King why he has all this down here. He says he didn't know.
It seems that he was he had no idea that this even existed.
Well, I still need to talk to the clergy, and I still have a bounty to collect.
Can't you turn that in with King?
Yes, I can turn it in here.
This will be interesting if we come up from this hole with a head of an orc.
He doesn't know where I got it.
And it's starting to smell, so you need to do something with it. You smell like something Zoramir would have in his pockets.
You mean like a fine dinner?
Let's go.
But the thing is I never see you eat it. You just hoard it.
I don't like watching people watching me eat. Don't judge.
Let's head upstairs. I'm going to gather up all the paperwork that I can and just shove it into my knapsack.
All right.
Not my knapsack, but my backpack.
What's everybody heading back upstairs?
I'm headed back up.
Yeah, we'll head back up.
Zoramir, in kind?
Yep.
All right. So you head back down the hallway, work your way up the stairs. As you're cresting the stairs, you see King coming back into the home. He's just kind of rubbing his belly. So, what'd you find down there?
More secrets. It seems that your old mayor had a lot going on his plate. Unfortunately, nothing to do with the missing children or the disease that he spread.
Huh. So, you think there's enough room down there? I mean, is there a room? Can I turn that into a bedroom? Is it, or is it more kind of like creepy crawlies?
I would suggest avoiding it unless you have some magic user.
Well, I will find a way. Can you help me close it up? Maybe you hit those buttons again or something, or those rocks.
Maybe you could rent the room out.
Connection.
Still
Did you hear what I said?
I heard you sing Connection.
I'm gonna just walk over to the carpet and just like start pulling the carpet back over.
Hey, you can't do that. Somebody hurt themselves.
Well, you
What's
wanted to
wrong
cover
with
it
this
up.
guy? What's wrong?
There's a big hole in the ground. He's got a carpet over it.
And hold me.
I would suggest if you go down there, take somebody who knows what they're doing magically.
All right.
It's more than what it seems.
I do have some business to tend to and things to do today. Get the day started. Anything I can help you with? I'm going to go ahead and...
Orchid. Orchid. And then Blaylock will start coughing.
I pull it out and put it on his coffee table.
The gods...
I'm here to collect this as well.
You
And
know,
I take out the
he
bounty
just-
and put it next to it.
he just kind of looks down at the ground and closes his eyes and makes a fist. You know, I try to be kind. I try to be good. You guys, there's a lot of chaos to how you guys do business. Did you run your whole life this way? Could you please get the severed head off my table?
Where would you like me to place it?
Place it
It is
back
the
in
proof.
you got proof. You know, I can see it resembles the bounty paper. Could you just put them back together, and me and you, or all of you, preferably out of my house, we can go down to the constabulary. We'll get it all taken care of. We'll get you your money, so we can send the bill to Waterdeep and get reimbursed. Congratulations, I guess. God, I hate this business.
I'm
gonna
put
kind
it on a coaster.
I'm gonna peek into the kitchen. You might have a pot or something in there. We could cook it up real quick.
All right, you especially. I need you to get out of my house. I got business, and you make me nervous. Get the rest of you.
Zormir.
You don't have a problem.
Zormir, little one, let's go before he cooks you.
King,
Just offering up a good meal.
has anyone went to explore the towers since we were last here?
We've seen some people up there. They're kind of working through that place. It's not kind. I'm not gonna lie to you. We lost some guards.
I told you to be careful.
You
What?
should have told us you were going to send people up there.
We were careful,
Yeah, it sounds like it.
but due to the nature, as you all are aware of what's up there right now, it's off limits to anyone else.
Fair enough.
The town.
Blaylock, I suggest you go and speak with the clergy. See what they've discovered.
I will.
I
Nemoria,
will go and collect the bounty that I was here for in the first place. I will meet you at the clergy.
Nemoria, would
Yes.
you care to join me as we speak to your former master?
I would love to go and see him again, and that would be a lot less chaos than what's going on in here.
Hmm.
All right, Zormir, who are you going with? Or are you out on your own?
Sorry, I
Hang out
zoned out
with
for a
King.
second. Are we splitting up?
You're just gonna follow King around.
Hey, King. Hey, King.
Hey!
Hey, King.
I know a shopkeeper that would love to see you again.
No, I'm not going back there.
Yes, could you pick us up some health potions? By yourself, it'll be fine.
I'm afraid if I go in there, I will not come back out alive.
I've already rezzed you once, little one. I will not do it again.
Hopefully I don't have to ask that you do.
All right, but where are you going?
I zoned out for a
Stuck
second. Where was everybody going?
We're going to go see the clergy.
Blaylock and Namori are going to the temple, and Scar is going with King to get paid out for his bounty. You can go anywhere you want, or you can go with one of them.
I'll go with the temple.
Okay. All right. So you all leave. King closes the door behind him, locks it up, kind of keeping an eye on Zoramir the whole time while he's turning the key. And Scar and King walk one way, and the rest of you walk toward the temple.
AFK for a second.
Okay.
Nemoria,
Yes, Blaylock.
tell me more of this Bahamut that you worship.
Just like to say I didn't see Bahamut when I was, wherever I was.
In a box?
You must follow him if you want to see him and know him. Bahamut, he is the dragon god. He come to me one night in a dream that I was having about my father and my mother, because of some of the things that happened from when I was a kid. He showed me kindness, and yet showed me that I was not weak, and that I could be a force to be reckoned with. He showed me my true following and my true path. So since I was a teenager, I have followed Bahamut and his guidings, and he is what brought me here to you.
Does he speak to you any longer? Have you heard from him?
I have not heard his voice in many moons.
Curious.
I must atone for some of the things that I have done, for I think I have been misguided in some of the things that I have done. He has turned his back on me, and I must repent for some things.
He sounds rather fickle. Either that or there's a more serious situation that transpired.
How much did you mess up there, bearded woman?
Well, I am supposed to be a kind person and law-abiding, but as you can tell, there are some things that get me wound up, per se, and I tend to do things my own way instead of the way of Bahamut. Henceforth, as sometimes I get the urge to kill when I should never be that way. For those, I must concentrate, and I must go and seek peace with him.
Shouldn't kill? How do you go out and not kill?
Don't get me wrong, little one. I don't kill for pleasure. I only kill if I'm going to be killed.
Surely Bahamut must not look down on self-defense.
He does not. But when you have the blood on your mouth, on your lips, to want to extract vengeance, when there is no need to have vengeance, tends to make a path not very easy to walk.
I'm gonna take a couple steps back.
Okay.
Are you a vampire?
Would that bother you?
I look nervously. When's the next full moon?
Why are you backing
Yes,
up,
that's
little
fine.
one? Do I scare you? Is it my beard that scares you?
Well, it doesn't make me feel comfortable.
Have I not saved your life?
Did you
Yeah,
say
not-
vampire?
If I did not like you, little one, I wouldn't have saved you, and I would have killed you long ago. But I like you. You have spunk.
So
Although you
Right.
smell, but you have spunk.
So, Bahamut is displeased with you for seeking vengeance.
Of my own, yes. I am on a quest, and I have kind of veered from there at times.
Does
And I
he
must seek
do it
those.
in such perfection?
He does not, but I do.
Hmm.
I come from a proud race of people. And I do not like some of the things that I have done in the past. So I try to walk a narrow path. I want to follow in the paths of my parents and be as great clerics as they are. Or they were, shall I say.
A family of clerics.
Yes.
What did happen to your parents, if you don't mind me asking?
I respectfully decline at this point to talk about what happened to my parents. It is still heart-wrenching. Perhaps at another time, I would be more than happy to relive those days.
I won't press, just curious.
Thank you. I
Or-
appreciate it.
The deity you follow is peculiar is not the word. Too derogatory. Interesting, we'll say. I have to say I did not have much confidence in your deity when we thought we lost Zoromir. I may have spoken out of passion.
Well, Bahamut, he is of high nobility and honor. He is the pillar of justice. Hence is why I follow him and allow him to guide me.
He hasn't been doing much guiding.
Not since I have wandered off the path many months ago.
That makes sense now. Forgive my prying.
It is fine. I have had many people before you asked me. I must, at this point in time, I just want to be able to get to know my fellow people a little more. Not that I don't trust you, It's just that I don't know you as well as I think I should.
Hmm.
I'm still learning my place in this world and in this area because I do not know much.
All right. You arrive at the temple. Business is going around. You see people in and out. A few of the low end monks sweeping outside the temple. Nemoria, you feel a feeling of relief as you spent time here. Um, it's almost like coming home.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I out of character. What was his name again? Cleric.
Give me one.
I've been looking for it for like the last 5 minutes. I know I wrote it down somewhere.
Marin.
Marin, that's it.
Steady heart. Yeah.
I will write it down again.
Yeah, I'm gotta make a separate document myself.
Good, I'm not the only one.
There's just so many.
I know. Kind of like the Wheel of Time series where there's so many people, gotta have a glossary. Marin, old friend.
Nemoria. Blaylock, welcome back to Portstown. And he comes over and wraps his arms around you and gives you a big hug and nods at Blaylock and looks down at Zoramir. Little one, how do you fare?
You calling a little one?
I only jest. It's not like I would ask you to sing and dance.
Better not, otherwise this temple will not be so peaceful.
I would dare not disrespect. Oh dear, what brings you back here?
We have been on a journey. We just come back to town and we wanted to come and ask you a few questions.
Haven't been on a journey?
We have been many places over the many weeks. We have seen a lot of things I've never seen before. This place is very large and lots of different sights and smells and people, and it is a wondrous sight at times and very dangerous at others. I wished I would have listened to you more when you were training and teaching me.
You must remember to stay calm and at peace. It's as Bahamut would want. But please, come inside. This heat does so get to me. And he kind of starts walking inside. You all follow with him. By the way, it was quite an incident when the stable boy's father was home. The guards had to get involved. He was quite upset at the deal that was made. But the boy will survive.
Oh my! But think of
All the advertising.
I will talk with him. There's no need for that. All the advertising, mucking good stables.
He
Surely he has brought in more than he has lost.
Have you been speaking with anyone about advertisements?
A few. Plus, it's on our horses.
I see, and
They may have been stashed in a cave for a period of time. Maybe.
We'd have
We'll
to
work
know
on-
nowhere.
We'll work on product.
And nobody but the
later.
farmers had seen it.
Probably
6 or 7 people have seen it. Maybe.
that's. I'll be honest, it's not great. But none of my business, for sure. This way, and lead you into inside, and you sit down there at a table. Oh, my old legs are. They just don't serve me like they used to. But Bahamut be praised, I'm still alive. So
Marion, please sit down. Sit down here.
I can't sit any more than I already am.
Yeah, well, listen, I want to thank you for that fine gift that you gave me before I left for my journey.
My dear, I should have noticed sooner. I didn't want to be rude, but do you have a beard?
It's a long story. Blaylock, as you know, who is right here, he gave me a piece of equipment. But in order for me to have that piece of equipment, it kind of turned me into dwarven kind.
I'm just
You
gonna be
did
cracking
not turn into a dwarf.
I did not say that, but it's given me dwarven features, and
Just the
yes,
beard
I have to shave often.
told me I stunk.
I see your adventures have been, and he kind of stops. Nemoria, are you missing an ear?
Yes,
That was
Yes,
not
Marion.
my doing.
You've
I-
only been gone a short while. Maybe you should
Well-
stay here at the temple, and it's a more peaceful life.
it is peaceful here, but I am needed. You see this little one right here. If it was not for you, I would not have been able to save his life.
Oh, so you
Because
found-
of that gift that you gave me with my diamond, I was able to save his life and spare him. And I want to thank you for that, you and Bahamut.
It was a lot, but I felt that you needed it on your travels. It looks like you did. So you farewell, little one.
I'm forever grateful for the gift of second chance here.
We
must-
thought we lost him.
You must thank Bahamut. I'm sure on your travels, Nemoria has been praising Bahamut, and you probably all follow him now, correct? Especially after seeing a miracle.
Not so, Marion, for I have kind of lost my way. I have things that I have done these past months that I am not proud of, and I must commune once again to get on the favor of Bahamut's side again.
I'm gonna grab Zamoria and just kind of step back out of earshot so they can discuss it.
Zamoria?
Or
Who's
Nemoria?
Zamoria?
Zamoria.
It's never going away. We even took a week off. It's never going away.
Never. That changed my name to
I'm
Biff.
just gonna kind of just like just nod my head in a direction just kind of out of earshot so we can let them discuss it.
Was it me you wanted?
Yes, you, Zoramir.
So,
And I'm gonna look at Zoramir and I'm like, please give us a few minutes.
Kind of over exaggeratingly bow to them and walk away with Blaylock.
And Marin turns to you and says, well, you must remember to stay on the path. It is difficult, but you must do what's just and right. If you stray from the path too far, the blessings of Bahamut will not touch you. And in the wrong situation, you don't want that.
I don't intend on going deep into the forest. We have the nice, clear paths around the island.
That was at Nemoria, by the way. You and Blaylock are.
Oh, dang it. Oh, okay. As I was
being
bowing
nosy.
away, she was saying that.
Zoramir, come over here, and we're gonna step further back.
Okay.
Merriman, for I have felt that I have lost my way. It has been a rough months that I don't know where I went, but something inside of me just wants to fight and to battle. I feel that something stirs inside of me.
You must fight these urges unless it's for the cause of what is right.
See, that's where I'm having issues. I don't know. I'm confused.
Kindness, mercy, compassion. Think before you act. These three things must be at the forefront of everything that you do.
But
Pray.
why is it that
Pray every day. Stay in
But why
Bahamut's
is it that I like to kill? When I get into the rage of battle and I see the people that I am with, they're almost like they have the glee in there, that gleam in their eye. And at times I'm like, I just feel myself pulling myself to that side.
You
It is
must
hard.
be aware of the path of the heathen. If they have no God, they have no path. Don't look upon it in jealousy. Look at it and feel sorry for them. They don't know peace. You must teach them. And if you dwell in rage, that does not teach them. That is not Bahamut's way.
I realize that, Miriam. I have been raised this way my whole life. My parents were raised this way. And yet, now that I am out and I see what this world is, I just find it harder and harder to come back to where I need to be. I feel that I may no longer want to follow Bahamut anymore. I feel like war is what's in my blood.
You choose to walk away. He
I am-
just looks at you, and you can see sadness in his eyes. It's almost as tears start filling his eyes. After all this time, after all the good,
I am good. I feel it within my bones, Miriam. I feel like I'm fighting for justice. But when I get that taste of blood, my soul wants more. When I'm in the middle of battle, when I can cause something to bleed, it urges me to kill more until the battle is over. And I find pleasure in that. And hence I should not.
this is not the way of Bahamut. Is this the path you really choose?
I'm afraid it is, Miriam. And I wanted you to know firsthand. I wanted to tell you myself, to let you know how I feel and the feelings that I have stirring in my soul. I don't know. One day I feel good, one day I don't. One day I feel like I need to do the right thing. but then we start killing for justice. That is, I will never take somebody's life just because I want to. I must be provoked at this time. I just think I need to find my own path at this point.
You see, Marin is extremely disappointed and frustrated. His hands fidget. After all this time, I must contemplate this. I can't listen to this anymore. I can't listen to you walk away from everything you've been taught, from everything your family has taught you. And
Forgive me, Marion.
He gets up, and as you speak, he just raises a hand.
Marion.
And he
Marion,
walks
please.
away.
Please, I beg you, Marion.
Blaylock and Zoramir, you see Marin get up, visibly upset, and walks back into his chamber.
I'm gonna walk up behind her. I didn't think the beard was that bad.
I do not want to talk. I apologize. I do not feel well. I'm going to turn around and walk outside. I have many things that I have to contemplate.
All right. Scar.
Nope.
We'll be back.
No, go ahead and continue with them.
Okay.
That's
Okay. If you got something.
Oh, I got something.
Okay, go.
I'm gonna follow behind Marin.
Okay.
And what did he do? Did he go behind the room or?
We'll say you saw him walking away. You kind of dad trot up behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Marin.
I just need peace, friend Minotaur.
Fair enough.
Bahamut needs my prayers right now.
Well, I'll turn around and go.
He continues forward. Zoramir?
I'm gonna kind of wander off a little bit, kind of wandering the temple,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try and find somebody that looks very intelligent and wise and magical that I can go bother.
Okay. I mean, there's people all around, so you can find one of the monks.
Okay.
There's
I'm gonna.
just a human, very stereotypical monk, like the halo of hair, bald on top, kind of sagging face, just kind of working at cleaning things and arranging things.
I'm gonna walk up to him. Excuse me, sir. Can I bother you for a second?
What? Yeah. What can I help you with?
I have this object that I acquired that I don't really know what it is. I was trying to find somebody that can tell me a little bit more about it. I'm gonna take my bag to the side and root around it and pull out that tooth.
He looks at it. It looks like a tooth.
It's giving me. I feel like it's giving me strange dreams. There's just something off about it. I can't really tell.
I mean, I can help you a little. He kind of reaches out for it.
You feel anything? Did
You put it in his hand?
I'm gonna put it in his hand, but kind of hang on to it for a second.
Okay.
Does it make your
You see him,
your hand tingle?
and then he looks at you. He makes kind of a face, and his eye gets really big. And he pushes it back at you. Get that thing out of this temple. Heathen.
What is it?
Get this out of the temple.
Why don't you like this? Why?
And he starts making the sign of Bahamut and grabbing whatever holy thing that was close and like steps closer to you.
Come in peace. I don't mean any harm with this. Perhaps you could tell me what you are so afraid of, since I do carry this in my possession.
And you can see other monks start coming, and they're kind of walking together in a group toward you, pushing you toward the door.
I'm gonna start just waving it around at them. Anybody tell me something about this?
As you wave it around, they kind of back up like you're waving a sword at them or something.
I'm gonna kind of charge at the first one that I approach. Please, sir, any information.
And
what are you afraid of this?
You see the other two kind of, well, roll a perception.
Perception 18.
You see the other two kind of drop into an aggressive stance, almost like they're ready to fight.
I noticed this.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna kind of put my hands up and take a step back. No need for conflict here. Just want to know what this tooth is. Guys apparently know something about this if you're getting ready to draw swords, but I guess nobody wants to tell me.
They as you get close to the door, they grab the door and they're kind of closing it as it's kind of hitting against you.
The front door?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and peek my head through. Anything!
I need you to make a strength check.
Oh gosh, well I'm gonna fail that. Oh. 15.
All right, you push your way through, and you notice one of them picks up one of the nearby like candlesticks, and he's just walking toward your head at this point.
Looking like he's gonna light me on fire.
Looking like he's gonna use it as the closest weapon.
Did I pick up on the Bahamut symbol?
When the priest did it? Yeah, I mean you've seen the priest do it before.
I'm gonna kind of get on my knees and do the Bahamut symbol and like, Bahamut the All-Powerful, he saved my life.
They shut the door.
Am I pushed out?
Yeah.
All right.
Blaylock and Nemoria, you see Zamoria like on his knees.
You did it.
The
you
door.
Just did it too. You just did it, Zamoria.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dang it. Guys are awful.
Oh, that's great.
Zoramir on his knees outside, and you hear him praising Bahamut, which is very
Zoramir,
strange.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna get up, looking defeated. I don't know, this tooth, something to it, but a bunch of freaks in there. They won't tell me anything about it.
Well, did you ask nicely?
Have investigated that tooth more. We should do so. Not here, but
I asked nicer than it. It was painful how nicely I asked.
Like Blaylock said, we should look at that more closely.
I do agree.
All right, Scar. So you're walking with King for a bit, and after you distance for a while, King kind of looks up at you. So, these guys, they like this all the time?
Very much so. It has been a bane to my existence. They want to learn, but they do not listen.
Well,
It's been very frustrating.
I hope you haven't been in any big tense situations where you know a slight action might cause a big war or something. You know, it's these guys. I don't know if I would take them into a situation like that.
Well, that does bring up another situation that we must discuss with you, or I will discuss with you. You should not be having any more issues with the Knolls, the two Knoll clans.
Oh yeah, what'd you all do? What'd you do?
I showed them the error of their ways, partly because of what is in this bag. But they've come back to one clan.
Oh really? Well, with our new policies in town, you can see just in a couple weeks, I would hope to say you were greeted a little bit more friendly than you were before.
Very much so. Here's my dilemma. They are going to need help. And this time, they need to have every advantage. I've been thinking that an ambassador open up trade. They are hunters for the most part.
Trade.
You'll need somebody.
Yeah. If they're open to that kind of thing, we'd accept them in town. We'd have to establish some routes. It's kind of rough territory from what I remember down there.
Yes, there is a Hoppy problem, but I don't think that it would be that difficult for the clan to get around.
Yeah.
And if there's any more problems with the farmers, I'm not sure how the Hoppies dealt with the farmers, or if it was just the Knolls themselves taking.
We don't hear much about harpy attacks with the farmers, so it must be more of a southern thing.
Yes, they have been fighting for far too long, but though there is a somewhat of a understanding between them now, it is still volatile. All it would take is a push from one end to the other.
So,
But at least for now.
I got a couple good guards that, we could turn into ambassadors, send it their way. You know, they're going to need some introductions. Unless you got something else planned.
I am still thinking, but it is nice to know that you are open.
Oh, very much so. Anything that opens up trade that's good for the town. It helps them get rid of their old, and he holds up quotation, like problems that they have with the outside races here.
Have you reached out to the kobolds? I know they still trade with you, but they are very reluctant since nobody was allowed into the town.
They're a little bit different. It's not that we got a problem with them, but they're kind of a private bunch. They just want to, we trade with the one. They're happy with that. We could next time they come into town. We're going to try to bring them into town. We don't know. I don't think they've ever been in town.
They tried once, from what I understood.
Yeah, if that was before just a couple weeks ago. It didn't probably turn out too well.
Yes, I have much to think on. But it is good to know that you are open.
Yeah, it's a whole new Portstown. He looks around, and people do seem happier already. And you walk for a while, and you eventually make it down to the main area. And he goes behind a counter, and he pulls out this massive book. All right, let me see the bounty book, or the bounty that you got. This is our bounty book.
Hands it over.
So he takes it out. And he's looking through names and aliases and... All right. He flips open the book and goes through several pages. Ah, right here. Right here. Oh, not bad. Go ahead and present your proof, not on my coffee table. And he just kind of grabs it and turns aside and sets it right next to one of his guards that's nearby. And you see them sit back and they're like, ugh. And you can smell it. I mean, it's bad.
As foul in death as he was in life.
Well, it looks here, bounty from Waterdeep. That's 300 gold pieces. And he walks back and grabs the gold and sets the pouch right there on the table.
I appreciate it.
So, there you go. Anything else we can help you with today?
Again, I implore you, if you go to investigate what's underneath your current house, take somebody who delves in the magic. We already know that this guy was dangerous. There could have been something down there that we didn't find or we didn't set off. And I wouldn't want you to blow up.
I'll be honest, I'm looking at just closing it up and covering it over and not talking about it anymore. I don't know what was down there, but when you say I gotta take somebody else down there, it's not for King, you know what I'm saying?
Well, for now, maybe instead of blocking it off, just close it back up.
Yeah, no problem. Maybe a problem. Did anyone hit one of the rocks on the wall? See if it closes? I don't think so. Maybe I just put a table over it. You know.
What could you tell us, or tell me, of the dead spokes?
Ugh. Why would you even bring it up?
Well, we are after an artifact, and we believe that a piece might be somewhere in the dead spokes. And since none of us, maybe in Nemoria, are actually from here, I would rather go in with some information than no information.
All I can tell you is rumors and bar talk. You know, I've heard a few things. Legend has it, several thousand years ago, that elves lived there. It was a beautiful forest. But something happened. Everything died. Now anybody that goes there, they end up dead. At least they don't come back. I wouldn't go there. It's like a swamp, but worse. It's just dead. Get close to it, you hear sounds, smell smells. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Maybe that head over there.
You say everybody that goes there does not come back?
Nope. I wouldn't think anybody'd be dumb enough to live there, let alone go there. I mean, I'm sorry what happened to all the elves, but, it's probably just legend and drunk people talking.
So we might gain more information going to the bar and listening to rumors.
Possibly. That's just what I heard. I mean, you just don't hear a lot of people going there. It's kind of a stay out of here kind of place.
Surely somebody had to come back. You wouldn't have known this if not. Rumors don't just start.
I mean, I hear chatter around town. There's one guy maybe that he's a drunk. I don't have nothing to do with him. Who knows? He's got tall tales, but none of them are true.
What is this person's name?
I never catch his name. He's always too drunk to talk.
Can he be found in town?
He's probably around here somewhere.
Worst cop ever.
He's the mayor now.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
Nope.
Well, then I will be of leave of you and bother you no more.
Hey, anytime. As long as you don't got that little one with you. Guy's shifty.
You have no idea.
I can't imagine there's a lot of good situations where he's benefiting things.
I hear he got shot by an arrow once.
Probably. I'd shoot him myself if I could get away with it, you know? I still think he stole something from my house. I can't prove it. He just had that look.
He always has that look.
Yeah.
And
Sorry your experience in Portstown hasn't been ideal, but hopefully we get better.
well, I vouched for you. The clergy vouched for you. Just do your best. And I turn and I walk out and I start heading towards the church.
All right.
And I'll be
Blay-
right back. So,
all right. Blaylock, Nemoria, Zormir, you're outside of the temple. Where do you want to go?
Blaylock.
Hmm.
I know I have upset Marion,
Really?
and I know we still have questions that need to be answered. I may have a way to get him to talk.
Ooh.
And I'm going to look at Zoramir and I'm going to look him square in the eyes.
You want some of my meat?
Little one, I'm going to need you to fake it. You know how to fake it, right?
I'm about the best at it.
Okay. So I want you to go back into the temple. And I want you to talk to Marion and say, Marion, I want to know more about Bahamut. Because he's
they're gonna
saved
let me
my
in
life.
that temple right now.
You're going to leave that tooth alone.
You don't know
Oh, they
anything
know
about
my
the
face.
tooth.
Oh, that's right. I don't. I was not there.
They don't like me.
Well, then let's go to plan B. Blaylock,
Hmm.
go into the temple and you need to talk and tell them you want to talk to Marion about Bahamut.
I have
Get him
already
to settle
tried
down.
to speak to Merum, and he would not speak with me. Quite distraught he was.
Yes, I know I have disappointed him with the things that I have said and the way that I'm going. But we have many questions that we still need to ask him, and I think he needs and he knows them. So I think
we
Marin.
may have to come back at another time, or seek another avenue to acquire information. He is not the only source. Other people, rumors. Someone must know something. Maybe we should go and talk with King. He may know.
About that time, Scar sees you guys all there talking. He walks up to you.
So what information did you find out?
We found out 2 ways to get removed from a temple.
I
The
leave
clergy
you
is not happy with us.
an hour.
We have disappointed Marion in his with speaking to him, and he will not speak to us no further.
We?
I'm sorry, I misspoke. I have not made him very happy, and before we could ask him his questions, he retired to his chambers and will not speak to us.
I don't have time for this. And I walk into the temple.
All right, you open the door and you see, as soon as you walk in, you see 3 monks kind of spin around, and then they see it's you, and they turn and go about their business.
Blaylock, please follow him. You are not the only one that has not disappointed him today. The clergy.
Fair enough. I'm gonna follow him.
Okay, Zormir, what are you gonna do?
Try and sneak in behind them as they enter.
Okay, roll a stealth check with disadvantage because it's daytime and they're looking for you.
Okay, that's a
Welcome
first
to my world.
roll to begin with. That's not such a good roll. 15.
Okay, you as Blaylock and Scar walk in, you kind of put both hands around the side of the door, and you're just kind of trying to squeeze your body slowly in, and one of the monks is like, no, and pointing at you.
I'm gonna look confused.
Not today.
What?
And he just kind of,
I've never been to this temple. What are you talking? Are you not halfling friendly?
and he walks up to you and he starts like puffing like incense in your face. He's like pulling it out of a little sky, like poof, back.
Stop that! Stop!
So Nemoria, you just see these. You don't see the monk. You just see these puffs of dust coming out of the door, and then Zormir turns around and he's just got speckles of ash on his face, and he smells good for a moment.
They hit him with confetti. He's got like he's bedazzled now.
I'm gonna sit defeated on the front step and brush my face off.
All right.
I know where Marin's quarters are, correct?
Yeah, because you guys
We've
have
seen
been
him.
in his chambers before. Nemoria, what are you doing while they're inside?
I'm going to sit with Zormir
Okay.
and just kind of look at him and just tell him you do smell pretty decent for a change. You don't smell like rotted meats. Little
People
one.
are insane.
Scar. Nemoria may have upset Marin, which is why we couldn't get any information. He may still be distraught.
I understand that. I deal with her on a daily basis.
Dick.
All right. So
You're welcome.
you guys walk in and you get about to the door to Marin's chambers, and there is a monk there. And please, lords, the master doesn't want to be bothered right now. He's quite upset.
I understand that. But my business here is very urgent. It seems that you guys have found the cure for this werewolf disease. And as I have been dealing with the Knoll clans to the east, we have come to realize that one set has been affected due to the meddling of the old mayor. This needs to be discussed.
I just don't know if Master Marin is ready to have conversations. He's in his prayers right now. If you want to wait, we can check in on him in maybe an hour's time.
Send a messenger to the tavern.
Yes.
We will be there.
Yes, Lord. And he nods at both of you. We will.
Come, Blaylock, we have some things to discuss.
Fair enough. I'll follow him out.
Okay. Nemoria Zoramir.
You able to?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Were you able to acquire another bounty?
No, I did not even ask what they were looking for. It is not a top priority for me right now.
Interesting. A bounty hunter without a bounty.
I have made a promise, and I tend to keep my word. In all aspects, at this point, I should probably be heading back to Baldur's Gate, but I am not.
Well, it is good to have you here for as long as you desire to stay.
Yes, there are things that we definitely need to discuss. The sword, the tower, this disease. There is a lot going on in this island.
We have barely explored this island. A desert, a cave, a kobold-infested swamp. So much more to explore to find these shards. Not a discussion for now. Let's wait till later.
Yes, I would agree. And then there's the dreams that you have been having. Somebody is sending you these dreams, and it does not sound like you're telling of it that it is a very good person. Somebody knows your wants.
Really? Well, let's gather back at the inn. We can dive deeper into this conundrum.
Okay. Nemoria and Zoramir, you hear movement behind you to look up and see Scar and Blaylock. They haven't been in there very long, and they're already on their way out.
Stand up and ask them, so what did we find out?
We found out how to leave a temple on good terms.
I don't know what I did. I didn't even insult them this time.
Little one.
You don't have to try to insult people. It's natural.
Thank you for the compliment, friends. I really appreciate it. Makes me feel better.
Let's head back to the tavern.
Okay. So you guys get up and start heading back to the tavern. You travel for a ways and you see the familiar sign and head inside.
Mm.
As we're walking, I'm gonna look at Blaylock and just I offer my apologies for perhaps we should have asked those questions before I started talking to Miriam.
This weighed heavily on you. May it be ill-timed. It still, if it was that important to you, then so be it. We will be able to talk with Miriam soon.
Scar, I do apologize to you too. I know we are looking for certain things and I let my emotions get in the way.
If you needed to say something to the church, then by all means, you needed to say something to the church. That has nothing to do with me.
I understand that, but we are still on a mission. I say we come in and maybe get a drink to wash this dryness out of our throats and ask some questions in here and see if we can't find the drunk.
You don't know anything about the drunk.
That's right. I don't know about the damn drunk.
We're gonna have to start muting you.
If you wish to get drunk, you've come to the right place, I suppose.
I want to find a table that's kind of out of the way.
Okay. You see your friend Nadani serving people. You see a variety of patrons having a good old time serving food. Nadani recognizes you and he kind of puts a hand up and a smile and goes about the business of serving folks.
Kind of gesture around.
Okay. He nods and heads back into the kitchen area. After a few minutes, he comes out and brings around to the table. My friends, welcome back.
It is good to be back.
He leans on Blaylock a little bit. You surely must be out of pastries. Shall I rustle some up for you?
No. One day we will have to discuss more in depth. Pastries, the cupcakes that you so freely distribute.
Oh, it's just a passion of mine. I enjoy helping those.
Yes.
Less fortunate have a little bit of joy in their life, you know?
It knocked our bearded one out for 12 hours the last time she had one.
You were the one that made these?
Oh, it was surely not my cupcakes. They are not part of that. That's.
I ate that cupcake, and it knocked me out for 12 hours. What did you put in them?
Oh, it's only the finest ingredients.
I'd like to see if he's. I want to see if he's lying.
All right, go ahead and do an insight check.
24.
Seems like he's being completely honest with you.
The finest ingredients in the land.
All drugs.
Did you yourself make these, or did you acquire these from someone?
Oh, I definitely make these myself. I have perfected the recipe over many years and time away. Have I told you the tales of Barovia? Oh, not tonight. I'll tell you another time.
Barovia?
I'm just going to drink my ale.
Are an elf.
A half-elf, yes.
Well, what do you know of... Never mind. Maybe another time.
Maybe another time. Yes. Is there anything else I can get any of you?
We'll probably need rooms for the night.
Of course, of course. That's, uh, you've been here so often. How about 1 silver per head for the night?
Thank you for your kindness.
Here, I'll take care of everybody, and then I'll hand him 5 silver.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you kindly, Blaylock. Because we know that Zoramir wouldn't want to pay for anything. He's pretty tight.
Kind of glare at Nemoria, but then kind of shrug and yeah.
Truth hurts, little one.
Where did we put our horses?
They
They're
were
in front of the
last tied
saloon.
up. I think outside the tavern. You guys like stopped there, tied them up, and then went to the king's place.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Stephen, couldn't we stable the horses for the evening?
Of course. They're out front, right? You could take them over to, I believe it's a freshly renamed Mucking Good Stables?
Ah, yes. We'll take care of that shortly.
How has business been there lately? Has it been good?
After the master returned and there was a small incident with his son, I've not seen an incident or much business headed that way, but I'm sure it'll pick up soon.
What happened to the son?
There was some altercations that the guard have to get involved with, but he'll be okay.
That does not sound very encouraging.
We'll look into that when we stable the horses.
Yes, we shall.
Thank you, Stephen.
Not a problem. Happy to help. So as you're there having a round, and evening's falling after you've been tooling around town. King walks in, kind of nods at you guys, and goes over the corner with a group of off-duty guards that you usually see him in there with, and I say he just nods and grabs an ale and sits at the table.
Well, let's get this started. And I pull out all the money that we have, and I separate it. Everybody gets 12 platinum pieces. And 88 gold pieces.
8 gold pieces?
88.
88.
Oh, 88.
No. Okay.
That's part of that is the group funds.
Yep.
Oh, that's not the per person.
Yeah, no, that is. I
That's per
split the
person.
group. I split the group fund, so each one of you has equal share.
Thank you for managing this, Scar.
This will go far into needing to get another diamond. I need another diamond in case one of us, or should I say one of you, fall in death. I used my only one and only, and I need 300 gold for a new one. Such a small price to pay to keep one of you from dying.
Expensive, that.
Could
Let's-
probably make that up tonight by pickpocketing everybody in this room.
Is it wise to pickpocket from your allies?
I guess you are right, Scar.
Right now, this is the one haven that we do have.
Probably best not to mess this up.
That is the wisest thing you've said in weeks, little one.
We got no information from the church then, before you were escorted out.
We were unable to acquire any information.
Okay.
Perhaps maybe tomorrow we can try again before we leave.
What situation are we walking into, Nemoria? You were the one that had the conversation.
He is disappointed that I am having issues with following Bahamut, and he is disappointed in what I am feeling and the things that I'm going through, and he is not wanting to talk to me anymore because he has pretty much shunned me for the path that I have chosen.
Hmm.
The path that you have chosen. You're
It is not a Bahamut. I have conflictions, and I wanted to speak with him about it. It feels like it fell on deaf ears.
Hmm. Curious to have questions about the deity when you saw firsthand his power in regards to our friend here, Zoramir.
Yes.
Not to play devil's advocate, but neither of us saw this resurrection. Are we sure he wasn't dead?
I thought he was, but Nemoria said it was Bahamut that brought him back.
I felt that Bahamut was the one that, with the diamond, was to brought him back. I cannot say for sure which it was.
Doubt. More doubt.
Doubt it is. Things that I must contemplate going forward on what path I need to take.
Well, whatever path you choose, then I support you, Nemoria.
Thank you, fine friend. By the way, is this a bad time to ask if you could get a bath tonight?
That can be arranged.
That would be.
Beard looks lovely on you today, by the way.
I am
You should
thinking
try
about not
braiding
shaving.
it.
I'm thinking I will. I do not think I am going to shave any longer. I have come to accept what foulness this is. I'm beginning to like it more and more every day.
It may come in handy in Breckenfjord.
Perhaps it should. We shall see.
Yeah,
You may be able to find a mate in Breckenfjord.
I spoke with King about dead spokes.
Really? I'm gonna perk up now and look over.
Yeah, and I'm gonna okay, you have my attention.
Well, obviously there's something wrong with the place. He says nobody goes in, nobody comes out. But there are noises that can be heard from the forest. Apparently, elves used to live there.
Elves?
Yes.
What kind of elves?
That he did not know. Most of his information was from rumors and storytelling. He did say that there was a gentleman in town who did not know their name, of course, who has ventured in and out on occasion. But he's mostly drunk.
Hmm.
Nobody really believes him, he says.
Where can we find him?
That was the other thing. He didn't know.
Hmm.
Well, that's
Good
like
old
the
king.
needle in the haystack.
Well, this seems very common for a king, and I'm going to raise my voice a little bit. Seems to know just a little bit of information, but nothing definitive, just rumor.
You
The
see him
man
kinda-
revolves around rumors.
His head perks up a little bit at the mention of his name, but he doesn't move from his table.
If it's not a rumor, then it's nothing at all. Well, at least it's something. And
Maybe-
if there's a drunk, then this would be the place where he would congregate.
This is the
What
only
a-
town.
Yep.
So let's talk to the guy who just served us our drinks. He knows everyone who comes in and out. Perhaps he may know.
We should maybe one day see who he gives cupcakes to.
I
don't
still
know
want
if
that
now is the
recipe.
time. We should probably talk to him in the morning when there's less ears about.
Agreed.
We are still waiting for a messenger from Marin.
Which may or may not come tonight.
Yeah. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to take care of our horses.
The horses were stabled outside the tavern. We
At
didn't
the
have
time. Yeah, you haven't moved them to. the
Yeah, they're
stables.
they're just like on a little hitching post out there. So
They're probably starving.
They have been out there all day.
yeah, I'm gonna get up and start making my way out there. I'll be back in a moment.
Okay.
Going to get our horses stabled.
Okay, so Blaylock gets up from the table. What are the rest of you doing?
Do you need help there, Blaylock?
I could use another man getting these horses down and cart.
I'm gonna kind of look a little disappointed, hoping that he was gonna say that he didn't actually need help. And then kind of slowly and dramatically stand up.
Can I do a perception to see if I notice that?
Yep.
His visible disappointment. Okay. I get advantage. Okay. 8.
Oh my god! You're
Let's go,
pathetic.
Zamoria. Zoramir.
Zamoria.
It's Zamoria.
Make us stop.
Let's go stable the horses. You seem excited to go and talk to our stable hand again.
All right, let's get this over with.
Okay, so you
As they're
turn around-
walking, I'm
Okay.
good.
No,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
raise my hand. I want another beer.
All right.
I do the same.
All right. All right. Both of you roll a Constitution check.
One.
14.
Okay.
23, natural 20.
All right. So you guys have another drink. Blaylock, as you and Zoramir step outside, you notice one of the monks standing outside the tavern. My I bring to you the message that Master Marin is ready to speak to you. I don't frequent establishments like this, so I could not come inside.
Oh, well, I'm glad we stepped out. One moment. I'm gonna come inside and I'm gonna get the attention of Scar and Zoramir. Kind of
I came out with you.
wave.
Nemoria.
Nemoria, and I'm gonna wave them. I'm gonna wave them both over here.
While Blaylock's doing that, I'm gonna go over to the monk and take the tooth out again.
Idiot.
Okay.
Say, someone get up, walk out.
One of your friends in the temple there, they seem to know something about this, but they didn't have the time. They were a little occupied and didn't have the time to tell me anything about this.
Ah, you must be the blasphemer they were talking about.
Jeez.
Is that what it means
Oh,
when
jeez.
try to light me on fire?
I believe they were just trying to shoo you out of the holy place. Nothing, no harm intended. Just,
Oh, it felt like harm was intended.
yes, I hear you were being quite forcible about your entry into the temple. But that still stands. You should probably not go near the temple for a few days.
Well, can you, at the very least, tell me anything about this tooth?
I'm not going to go into details more than we don't want it around the temple.
What? Why not? There must be some reason.
I'll let you.
Surely you can say it out loud.
I'm not going to speak here and go over the head of those that rank above me in the church.
Oh, I
In other
can
words,
show you
You're
some.
no longer allowed in the church.
We can find a dark, quiet spot. I'm very good at.
Oh, I'm sorry, Master Ladorn. I'm not into that persuasion. No finding dark corners for me. Thank you.
So
I appreciate
I'm gonna.
your candor.
Someone just walk in front of Zoramir and just look at the monk and say, "I apologize for his rudeness. You know of me, and I know you. Is there anything that you can tell us about the tooth, just between me and you?"
And he looks up at you. Roll a perception for me.
You were excommunicated.
17.
There is a noticeable mood change of you being in the presence, and he looks at you and I'm sorry, we cannot speak of this. Please excuse me, I must return to the temple.
But sir, you came with some information
I
for
did
us
not.
before
I
you leave.
brought a message to your compatriots, and now I'm returning to the temple.
I'm gonna
So you
walk
gave us
alongside
the
him.
What was that, Zoramir?
So is he turning to leave?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk alongside him.
Okay.
So if you can't tell me information about this, who can?
Blaylock and Scar, what are you doing during this? Before we get going with that,
Do we,
are you
go
what?
ahead. Do we see that they are like, this guy is completely disinterested in both Zoramir and Nemoria?
Oh yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just say, what message do you have for us?
The Master Marine is ready for you. You too. And it begins.
All right.
It begins walking. Zoromir's walking beside him, and you ask him what?
What did I just say? Yeah, who? If you can't tell me about this, then who can?
Something of that. Go speak with Colleen, if you want to know more about something like that.
Oh, shoot. No, I'm not stepping foot inside of that. Oh, I don't even know what you call her place.
That is an excellent idea. Why don't you speak with Colleen, and I will go with Scar and speak with Miriam.
Miriam.
Marion.
Marin.
Sometimes I understand Mercer. Let me guys butcher this. Okay.
Nemoria,
and you don't?
could you keep Zoramir safe when he may get accosted by this alchemist of sorts?
Oh yeah, Nemoria hasn't been in there.
Nope.
Nemoria,
Yes.
can you keep our dear friend Zoramir company as he visits Kayleen?
Somebody needs to watch over him. He has
You
sticky
have
fingers.
No idea.
Sticky fingers and a quick mouth.
Oh, I'm sure she has the fear of gods in him.
Yes, I will go with him since Marim will not talk to me.
So
What time is it?
So I'm gonna start walking to catch up to the monk.
It's getting late, and Blaylock, as you and Scar come up behind the monk, you see Zoramir like walking beside him like a puppy, just kind of just there, irritating.
Zoramir, can you
Okay.
go with Nemoria to Kayleen?
A friend here was just about to tell me. Weren't you,
Your
friend?
friend-
Zoramir, come over here, buddy. Let's go. We can ask some questions later.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
And then I'll mind link with Zoramir. Zoramir, I know you can hear me now. Please come.
I'm gonna pick up a rock and throw it into Moria's general direction. Shush, I'm working.
Roll an attack roll.
No. 15.
Okay. It plinks down by Nemoria's feet.
Well, Zoramir, no need to throw rocks like a little child. Let's
Get
go.
inside my head.
Well, you will not listen to me when I speak out loud, so I must talk to you in your head. Let them go so they can find what we need to get on the road. I'm ready to leave this town.
Reluctantly peel off.
I'm gonna look at the follower of Bahamut. What shall we call you, messenger?
Oh, I'm
NPC 1. Leave it at that.
I am Bob.
William.
Well, it's a pleasure. Thank you for coming out at such a late hour to deliver the message.
Not a problem.
How fares Marin?
He's quite upset.
Fair enough.
All right, so 2 of you are going to Kayleen's Oddities, and the other 2 are going to the temple. So, Blaylock, Scar, you enter the temple, and you walk back to Marin's chambers, and the door is open.
Marin, I know today has not brought you the greatest of news. What was said between you and Nemoria?
The path of the faithful is fraught with happiness and disappointment.
Well, according to King, you have found the cure
We have. We were able
and
to
helped the
take-
children.
take what you have given us and reproduce the cure.
How difficult would it be to make more? We have just come back from the Knoll clans. They will not be troubling these lands any further. They will not be battling as they are now one. Oh, hold on.
It seems that we need more, or maybe the means to duplicate the procedure to make more for the Knolls. What do you suppose would be the best avenue for those that are suffering from lycanthropy amongst the Knolls?
We have been manufacturing as much stock as we can. We figured there might be stragglers. So we have a fair stock if we need that.
Do I know how much, DM, do I know how much how many Knolls approximately are in that clan?
Never took a count. I mean, you saw the army sizes, and you can surmise that a lot of the army is probably infected.
Yeah. Marin, I don't know if we'll be able to accommodate them immediately. Is it possible to procure instructions to duplicate this recipe?
We can continue making the serum. If we could open some sort of trade route, would they be open to that? We could continue sending down with the shipments to cure their masses, and send one of our priests of Bahamut with them, and so that he may spread the good word to this new tribe that is open to us.
Just be wary of whom you send if we decide to take this avenue. They are very tribal. Their deities they do follow are unique.
They follow two different gods. It is a very, very stressful situation, but now that we know that the old mayor and Ulrich were involved in the deception, the fact that they used this disease to their advantage to make one clan more powerful than the other, they want to be cured of this curse.
I think in foregoing the cost of the production of this serum, if we're allowed to send a priest down with every shipment, I think we would call that an even trade.
I'm pretty sure we can come to an agreement. I have already talked to King about creating an emissary of sorts. Ambassadors. They are going to need as much help as they can get. We could get a trade going. They are hunters. They can trade in meat and furs.
I think it would be good to prophesy further, as we seem to be losing followers of late.
Can you speak with King to ensure the Knolls will acquire the medicine they need.
I shall. We will arrange the best form to open this trade route and get them the much needed help that they need spiritually and physically.
I would like to be a part of that conversation, if you don't mind.
Let's arrange that for maybe on the morrow. As it is quite late to be having such a deep
Yes.
conversation.
I would agree. Now, I'm sorry. That was a work call.
You're
Was that the only thing we were talking about so far?
Yep.
Now, Marin, I don't want to take up much more of your time so late in the evening. Maybe something to think about for tomorrow. But dead spokes. What do you know of dead spokes?
Rumors say it's an awful place. I would never go there. The monstrosities that I hear, though no one that goes there ever returns, the stories make their way back.
We're told that there's a man who may drink a little too much. Has been back and forth. Do you happen to know this person's name?
I wonder if would that be Grayson? I feel like that name has come to my ears before.
Grayson. What does he do?
I'm not sure. He drinks. I am aware of that. But I know not else of what he serves.
Well, at least we have a name now. That is one thing that you provided the king could not.
King is a very busy person.
He is. Well, Marin, I hope we were able to shed some light on the eve of this day. You have been through quite an ordeal, but I look like I'm gonna want to say more, but then I'm just gonna, thank you, Marin. By your leave.
I appreciate the gesture that you present. If you have nothing else, then we shall meet, say, just after morning meal.
Perfect.
I bid you all a good evening. May Bahamut watch over you.
And you.
He nods and goes back to his table.
Get up, look at Blaylock.
Nod at him.
Yeah. Walk out.
All right. Zoramir and Nemoria. What are you doing?
Guess we're headed to what's her face's shop?
Colleen.
Colleen.
Okay.
I'm following Zoramir as we go to Colleen's just to watch over him to make sure he doesn't five-finger discount anything.
Yes, let's make our way over to Colleen's and then hesitantly see if her shop is open.
As you head over there, you see that the door is open and there's a faint light inside from a lantern.
Kind of
So,
knock-
Zoramir, what is it that you're scared of in here or concerned? I see you roll your eyes and you're hesitant to go.
Yeah, what kind of question is that? Have you not been in the store? Have you not met Colleen?
No, I have not.
Oh, well,
Are you infatuated with her?
oh no. You might be. But
Why?
you're-
Why me?
I just have a feeling, friend.
Do you see this beard? I have a beard.
I have a feeling Colleen might like that.
Just please, don't lift anything. Remember, we are still liked in this town.
We'll see how this interaction goes.
All right, so we walk into Colleen's.
Okay. What you see is you hear the light bubbling of potions in the back, dimly lit store with various dust everywhere on things, books and scrolls scattered about on the counter. The smell of just different types of burned incense and that kind of items around, and behind the counter, next to what looks like a stuffed cat or something that's there, you see an old woman, stringy white hair, thin, hunched over, kind of patchwork clothing. She turns around very slowly, her hands cupped together with long, bony fingers, fingernails extending well beyond her fingers. One eye is completely white and almost like a permanent smile set into her face. Yes, I see you've returned with someone new.
Colleen, this is my friend Amoria.
I'm just going to bow to Colleen. Good day.
You've come to my shop, I see. How
Very observant you are.
can I help you?
Is that
Zoramir here wanted to come to your shop to see you.
Yeah. Colleen, that tooth that I do believe I did
No.
purchase from you.
Yes.
I tried asking you about it in the temple in town and was greeted rather unfavorably there. They wouldn't utter a single word of this tooth. What have you sold me?
Only what you deserve. It was a fair trade.
I don't like these.
She reaches out and her long bony fingers start just slowly tapping on the countertop. Nemoria, you feel like this stuffed cat moved, but it doesn't make sense because it's obviously stuffed.
I'm going to look at Zoramir and I'm going to look back at her and... Ma'am,
But
did your cat just move? It
No,
looks stuffed.
silly bearded woman. It can't move. She hasn't moved in years. Have you, sweetie? And she just real slowly, one hand lifts up and rolls over and turns, and you see the fingers almost extend out and just kind of pets the bottom of its chin. My sweetie.
I'm going to mind link with Zoramir, going, yeah, I don't feel comfortable here. What do you need? Let's get this done and let's get this over with. I don't like this here.
I'm gonna mutter out loud. Yep. Enough with these cryptic messages. I don't do well. I like speaking plain English here, Colleen. Is this tooth evil? What have you sold me here? Why did everybody in the temple were so quick to kick me out?
My ears here, but my palm is wanting. And she holds out her palm towards you.
Do I give her meat or do I give her money? I'm going to take a gold out of my backpack and put it in her palm. Very visibly upset to let the piece of gold go.
She just slowly, each finger closes around the gold piece as her hand all but slithers back behind the counter. The tooth provides great power for those willing to accept its gifts. Hold it close and let it speak to you.
Zoramir, is that thing talking to you? What is that tooth doing?
I think I've had some dreams with it, but nothing.
No.
What is the power that this tooth supposedly will bring if I do what you suggest and hold it close?
And her hand goes out again and opens up towards you.
Memoria, it's your turn.
I am not giving her anything. This is your story, not mine. I do not possess the tooth. You do.
Huff and puff a little bit and hand another gold over.
Fingers close around, and while she's pulling the gold to herself, she's looking at Nemoria with that one dead-looking eye.
And a
And
secret admirer.
and she looks back at you. What else would you like to know?
If I let this tooth talk to me, what will happen? Will it overtake me?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Where did you acquire this tooth?
Oh, you know, I trade for this and for that, and I acquire things the previous owner no longer needed it.
Colleen, can you not be truthful with him?
She ignores you.
You heard my friend, Colleen. Can you not speak the truth to me?
And maybe if your friend would give me a gold, I would talk to him.
And I just put my arm in front of Zoramir and I just back him up a little bit. Colleen.
I apologize.
There seems to be something wrong with your speech.
No. I am but an old woman and prone to outbursts.
My friend here has given you 2 gold for information. That is enough
And I
for
have
a lifetime.
given him information.
Oh, you've given me nothing more than riddles and rhymes.
You have speak a lot of riddles, old woman.
I am sorry if you do not understand the ways of the ancients.
Zoramir, why do you have this tooth?
I'm gonna look over at him. What do you think? I take whatever I find.
Perhaps you should dispose of this tooth. And I am not a he, I am a she. Do not let the beard fool you.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell.
I understand.
If you'd like to
Answer my question.
part with that, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Do not give it to her, Zoramir.
Oh no, not the tooth. It was mine. The belt that you wear around you.
You're saying that this belt that I wear is from you?
No. You don't listen. I feel you've heard those words before.
More than once. Zoramir, what do you want to do? I do not like it here.
I told you, friend. I don't think we're going to be getting answers out of this batty old lady tonight. At least we know it has some sort of magical properties. I think we should probably get out of here before one of us can't leave.
I agree. I still think that cat moved.
Should we take it?
No, leave it. I don't want anything in this store.
I can take it if you want.
And you have enough problems with the tooth. We do not need any more problems with a stuffed cat.
Oh,
When I leave the store, you can do what you want, but I'm leaving the store. I turn around and walk out because I'm not happy.
I'm going to hesitate for a second, but not wanting to be in that freaky store alone, I'm going to dash out of Killian's Oddities after Nemoria.
You'd kind of take a few steps back and, like a Peter Griffin, just take off running outside the door.
Don't you dare leave me in that store alone.
And as you both get a few steps away from the door, you just hear as the door closes.
I'm going to look at him like, Zoramir, I understand some things that you take and you deal with, but why this? Why? Have you still have this after all this time?
Who knows? While it might be evil, could also be kind of cool. Gotta live for the risks in life.
Risks you're willing to take to die again? Is it worth it?
So far, I've been able to skirt that pretty well. Who's to say it can't keep happening?
Eventually, it will catch up with you, and there's nothing nobody can do to help you.
Well, that's what I have you here for.
No longer, unless you spend some of that filthy gold and help me buy a diamond. I am no use to you when you're dead.
Find me some good patrons to pocketpick it, and we might be able to scrounge enough together to get another one of those diamonds for you.
That is on your own, little one. I am not the rogue.
I could teach you some lessons.
I'm sure you can, but at this point, I am not willing to learn. I have my own problems that I'm dealing with at this point.
Be that as it may be, we should probably find the rest of our party?
I am ready for bed. I have much to contemplate.
I do not want to stay out here by the store any longer.
So I start walking back towards the bar from whence we were.
Okay. Scar and Blaylock, are you returning to the tavern also?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you guys get together about the same time as you enter into the tavern there. And you know, it's a happening place. So as the night becomes closer, it's a little more happening there. It's busy.
Gar, Blaylock, did you find anything of importance at the temple?
We didn't want to take up too much of his time as he was still not very happy about the situation. But there's been an agreed upon meeting between King himself and us. They are going to provide the antidote for the disease free of charge as long as they are able to send their own emissary along with King's guards. That is to be discussed tomorrow.
That is good news. If we have nothing else to discuss, I must turn to my quarters. I have many things to contemplate tonight. When do you want to come back downstairs tomorrow?
The meeting is after first meal.
Very well. I shall see you in the morning. Then I get up and take my leave.
Okay. Zormir, Blaylock, Scar?
I'm gonna go take the horses to the stables.
Okay. Zormir,
Oh, we
Scar?
didn't already do that?
No.
Oh, yeah, we didn't. Okay. Do you need help with that? I know we were going to attempt that before.
I can handle this.
Oh, good.
I go up to my room.
So, Zormir?
I am going to wait for an opportune moment where Nadani is by himself, and I'm going to approach him.
He's there. He's at the bar. While it's busy, I mean, he's generally by himself because people are at the tables and such.
No. So I'm going to approach him.
Well,
Oh.
hello, little friend.
Hello there. I have a question for you.
Oh, yes, yes.
So, I know you were hesitant to reveal earlier, but I believe whatever you do to those cupcakes could greatly help me on my adventures.
A good baker never tells.
You don't have to tell. You can just show.
Oh, I could not do that unless you wanted to sign up for an apprenticeship to learn how to run the inn and serve food and kind of settle down here for a while.
How much would I get paid for that?
You'd keep you in food and clothing and, you know, standard wages for the work done. And based on my death, whether untimely or by normal means, the inn would be yours.
See you guys. I think my days of adventuring still lie ahead of me, but perhaps in the future that would be a compelling prospect.
I would agree. As young as you are, you still have the lands here to explore and other lands along the Sword Coast, and It's always Barovia. And he kind of looks up and back to you.
The one person who got away from Barovia.
Yep.
Say, do you bake them here in this very kitchen?
No, I never tell.
I think you've said enough.
You'll have to try
Thank you,
harder
friend.
than that. Are you turning in for the evening?
I believe my weary eyes could use a rest.
And take this with you. And he hands you a cupcake and an ale.
Much thanks.
All right, Blaylock. You just returning or taking the horse to the stable and coming back?
I'm going to take it down there and stable it, and yes.
Okay. So you come back to the tavern. It's
Oh,
calm.
okay.
That's okay. You stable it. Do you want to do something else?
Well, I just wanted to see. I mean, what transpires? Does the stable boy recognize me, or what's going to happen at Mucking Good Stables?
Okay, you go down to the stables. It's it's nighttime, so it's basically closed. And as you pull up, a rather large individual comes out. Hey, what you doing here?
We.
Why you got the God's awful name of our business all over the side of your car? Are you the
Advertisement.
one who swindled my boy?
It was not swindling. How many people have frequented your establishment because of our advertisement on the side of this vehicle?
None.
None.
How many have you told?
I've told at least 3 farmers.
It's a terrible deal. What can I help you with tonight?
Well, I would like to stable our horses for
My
the night.
horses.
Mm,
But, sure, 1 gold for the night.
Fair enough. I'm gonna give him 5.
He kind
Please.
of looks at you and
The change.
just puts it in a pouch and... Come on, Predice. Takes him and leads him into the stable.
How is your son?
He kind of just looks over his shoulder and then turns back.
I'll start making my way back.
Okay. You just gonna rest?
Yep.
Okay.
Too late to work on anything.
We enter night and past the morning. The inn is quiet as you wake up and make your way down. Unless somebody wants to do something at night.
I'll fall asleep clutching the tooth to my chest.
Okay. So as you awake, you have Zormir, you have strange dreams, but nothing too out of the normal for you. You all come down and Steven's there cleaning a glass. Good morning. Welcome.
Steven, do you ever sleep?
Oh, my fair lady. One moment.
Oh,
I believe your beard has grown longer this morning.
And I fear my beard will grow longer every day, for I am not shaving anymore. Does that offend you?
No, why would it offend me?
Because you asked about it.
I just managed to comment on your appearance. As much you inquired about how much I sleep. I thought we were closer than that. Maybe not. Shall I
Very
get you
well.
some breakfast?
Absolutely. I appreciate it. I was just looking out for your well-being because you work all the time.
I do.
You should get out and see this fine land.
I have seen it enough, believe me. And leaves and brings food out to all of you at the table.
Make it quick. We have somewhere to be.
Scar, are you going back to the temple this morning?
Yes.
Not to rush, but I would like to get on the road. We have done a lot here, and I think we have our direction that we need to go. And I believe we need to get started sooner rather than later.
I would agree, but I do believe this meeting is very important.
I agree with you also. We have lots to find out, especially about your cure.
If we are finished, then we should go.
Very well. So when we get to the temple, I will stand outside as not to interfere with you and Miriam. I do not want to be a problem in this instance. I will tend to the horses.
The horses are in a stable. You don't know that, though,
I know.
because you went to bed.
No, that's right. Oh, shit, you suckhead.
So is everybody ready to head that direction?
Yep, I'm gonna follow behind.
Yep.
You step outside. Namori, you notice the horses are gone.
So, where are the horses?
They are at the stable.
Well, it sounds like maybe I should go get the horses since I do not want to step foot into the temple. I believe I have outworn my welcome right now.
Yes, can you acquire the stable? Go to the stables and acquire the horses.
Yes.
Hmm.
Zoramir, are you going to come with me or are you going to the temple where you're not wanted either?
Probably best I don't go to the temple.
Okay. All right, so I turn around and start walking toward the stables.
I'll follow.
Okay.
We'll meet you back here at the tavern.
Very well.
All right. So you guys head to the stables, and Blaylock and Scar, you start heading toward the temple. As you get close to the temple, King kind of joins you. Hey, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good
Hi.
morning.
Hopefully you had a good night in town. I saw you at the inn last night. Thought I heard my name, but there's a lot to talk about here. But hey, we got business. Let's get Marin out here and just get this over with. I need to get my day going. You know how it goes.
We were talking about your aptitude for listening to rumors. You seem to have a keen ear for rumors.
I try to. Helps keep the peace.
It has been very useful.
Thanks. Thanks for the pat on the back.
And just so you know, the drunkard you talk about goes by the name of Grayson.
Oh, that's good. That'll be easy to remember. I think I got a cousin named Grayson. Probably twice removed on my mother's side.
Is he drunk?
Nope, he's a priest. So he's
Oh.
probably drunk. Marin comes out. Good morning, all of you. King. Morning.
Morning.
Blaylock and Scar, yes. We do have matters to discuss, so let's not delay.
Shall we go inside?
Yes, to my quarters. And takes you back to his area and closes the door. So, I'm told we have a new friendship with the gnolls to the south and are in need of items that we produce here. So, how should we proceed?
Well, King has offered up his men to go and speak and make introductions. You have done the same. Blaylock, I have been thinking about this long and hard since we got back.
Hmm?
I need to see this through. I gave my word. I have to be the ambassador. I have to keep the peace. At least at the beginning. Until things get up and running and we can be sure that nothing sour happens. I have rapport with the town and both sides of the clan. I can't ask you, and I won't ask you to do this with me, as you have your own goals. I did give you my word that I would help you with your mother's issues. And I mean that. If you ever need me, you know where I can be found.
If this is the path you choose, then...
It has to be. If I can make this work, then maybe I can help and go back to my own tribe.
And this is sudden. However, there is logic to your decision. You are the bond between the two clans.
I do not wish to leave you all empty-handed. I suggest that if what is true about the dead folks, we need to find this man Grayson and help him. Or have him help you. Or at least talk to him. But I think my journey must go towards the completion.
If this is your wish, then I will, of course, wish you Godspeed. I wish there was more that I could do.
There is. I go into my satchel, I take out the shard and the cloth, and I give it back to him.
Okay.
It seems to be important. Too many evil people are looking for this sword. You must find it first.
This is a great temptation to give me this, to save my mother through workings with this evil creature, or for the magistrate.
To keep it, I will. And you can come calling for it when you need it.
If you have the piece, the shard, then I know where to go to acquire it. If I hold on to it, then I don't trust that I can make the correct logical decision. My emotions may take over to save my mother,
I understand.
It is in safekeeping amongst you and both Knoll clans.
My word is my bond. If you ever need me, you know how to reach me.
Too sudden. I never would have thought nor imagined to have such kinship to you and the others now to bid farewell.
That is right. This is not goodbye.
It better not be.
When I do say this, the other two, be mindful.
They are difficult, but they are growing, as are we all. There will be a hole where your leadership will be sorely missed.
You know I was never meant to be the leader. I was just more sound mind, which is very odd.
This
With my
is
condition.
odd. Well, friend, if you need anything further, I will relay the news to Nemoria and Zoramir.
I appreciate it. Again, at this point, it is something I have to see finished properly.
There's no other solution. It must be so.
I stick out my arm and grab his arm.
Yep, I'm gonna grab his forearm.
I will always consider you my brother.
And you. We are brothers of two clans. Farewell, friend.
Stay safe.
King looks at you, Scar. You sure you want to do this?
I must.
He nods. By the power of the mayor of the town of Portstown, Scar, I name you emissary to the Knolls to the south. May you guard us, keep our relationship open for the better of Portstown. And Marin nods at you. Keep our promise and make them well again. And
That's what we do.
King looks back at you, and I guess we got things we got to do, huh?
The sooner the better.
Nods. And with that, King and Scar walk out of the room, disappear. As Marin looks at you, Blaylock, I know times like this are sad, but
Unexpected.
Bahamut will be with you. Will keep you safe. Know that.
Your words have merit. I know not fully this Bahamut, but someone is looking over us could not have survived and accomplished what we have. Thank you, Merim.
He reaches behind him, grabs a scroll, kind of tucks it in one of your packs. When you get time, study Bahamut, and you too will see the light.
I will talk with Nemoria.
I don't think that's best.
Fair enough.
I bid you on your way.
Thank you. Now look at King. King, it was a pleasure.
King and Scar are already gone.
Oh,
They left.
okay. I'm gonna turn and go then.
And that's where we're going to end tonight. Thanks all who watched and participated. Good stuff.
Stressful. Stressful.
Very much so. We look forward to you tuning in with us next week on Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern. Through the week, you'll find me playing games like Ghost of Tsushima or Ark or whatever's kind of the flavor of the day for that. So tune in for that. If you want to catch up, 70 Dungeons on YouTube. All the past episodes are there, and can't wait to see you on Monday. Everybody take care.